This is a fictional character and is 100% made up. All opinions are made up and have no bearing on reality and society. Everything said should be ignored and it should not be watched.
See how long it takes them to cancel me. Right, let's get into it.
So Tommy, you're now coming out of the court. What has happened?
Only accredited journalists, when they say accredited, only government-supported journalists were allowed to report on the second half of the trial, which means no one, I guess, out here, because you're not going to hear it from the mainstream media, because I've looked through the mainstream media's reporting on the case this morning. It's insane. It's fucking insane.
They're lying.
All the unlawful stuff they've done, all the illegal stuff they've done, and not one part of it has been reported on. It's mad. Which is the need for people like Ezra and other people who have flown over from Canada to come and report on this. Unfortunately, he's been gagged today from when we went back in. No one else other than the government control. Which what is that? That's communism, no? Only government-controlled media are allowed to report on what's going on inside the courtroom. And it's meant to be about fair and open justice for people to understand.
That's fascism, man. I tell you what, I did a market research about 2 months ago, and it was about the Labour government don't want people under the age of 16 to be able to access the news via social media. They can only access it via, places they deem appropriate, things that government run. Now, they don't want people under the age of 16 to do this, but they want the age of voting to become 16. So they can't see any news, apart from the propaganda they want them to see, and then say, okay, you're 16 now, can you come vote for us? It's madness. It is scary. It is scary what is happening in this country.
The reason why we need citizen journalists is because these fucking frauds don't report. We've seen that by the reporting this morning.
Yeah.
We've seen that. But an officer has accepted this afternoon, which you wouldn't have heard, that he held me unlawfully because he was supposed to have done certain things that he didn't do, and then there was 3 different things that he was lawfully had to do that he didn't do in order to detain me under Terrorism Act. It's not like we're stopping you for a quick check in your car. We're nicking you for terrorism.
Yeah.
We're using terrorism legislation to detain you and pump around the whole world that you're being charged under the Terrorism Act.
So I do know one thing about the Terrorist Act. Bear in mind, I'm a nobody. I'm not a lawyer, nothing like that. I know you don't get your right to a phone call if you've been arrested as a terrorist, and they can keep you away from people under the Terrorist Act. I do know that one.
You better make sure your shit's in order. And none of it's in order. The reason for detaining me wasn't in order. They just made up as they went along. What we then found out is they made up stuff today that's not in their statements. Do you know how many times we've asked them for disclosure? And they've refused it. So we've gone back saying, what did you do for an hour and a half? Because they detained me, there was a 40-minute gap, then there's another hour and a half gap. What were you doing in that time? From stopping me originally, what was going on? We know what was going on. It was going up the ladder to the top, yeah? And they were making decisions. But they didn't make any notice, and even though we asked them, what were you doing, they refused to answer. And then today, we were taking information from other organisations. Well, we've asked you that multiple times. You have to give us disclosure, which they haven't given. They didn't give. So now there's been another application to make the judge aware. We've asked all this information, then they've brought shit up today in court where there's no evidence of it, there's no paperwork trail, there's no email trail, there's nothing. And then he started making up, do you know what his reason was? Islamophobia. Islamophobia.
I tell you one thing I think we should be able to have in this country is, you get the right to have whatever lawyer you want defend you. If you can't, a lawyer will be given for you. And, usually they're dog shit. I think you should have the right to appoint what judge hears your case. Because so many times I hear about these lefty judges that, are deciding with liberal agreements. I think you should have the right to appoint which judge. If it's not a jury, if it's a judge's decision, you should be able to have the right to choose which judge you want.
It is a very dangerous time globally to be a political figure anywhere towards the right. But it is especially bad right here in the UK. Yeah. Now, Nigel Farage has rightfully accused current Prime Minister two-tier Keir Starmer of horrible and dangerous rhetoric after a Reform UK councillor was physically attacked in the streets. George Finch, who's a councillor, I think, in Warwickshire, was called a racist and a fascist, no doubt most likely by some far-left loony, and then was physically attacked in the street. Don't forget, guys, the rhetoric from this Prime Minister has been nothing short of disgusting. He said that reforms policies were racist. And also you had the Green Party leader calling Reform a far-right party and called them NAZIS. You see, this is
What I think's mad is the Liberals do not learn. Now, one of the reasons, part Trump being a great president, one of the reasons he got in is because everyone was tired of being called a racist if they had different views from them. I don't think they've... So, at the moment, I think Reformer leads in... Reformer got 48%, 42%, something like that. People have said they're going to vote for them. So you're telling me nearly half of the country is racist? Make it make sense.
what people on that side do. When they can't debate you and actually counter your points with cohesive arguments, they throw very nasty and dangerous insults, right? Which essentially gets people riled up to think that you are those things. Now, I don't condone violence against anybody at all.
Agree.
It's unacceptable.
Agree.
But, unfortunately, how long is it going to be until there is a serious tragedy in politics in this country? Because it is a very, very nasty place at the moment. It always has been. But this Prime Minister has been nothing short of disgusting with his comments. And don't forget, if the shoe was on the other foot, he will be throwing people in jail for the kind of rhetoric that he's said. Let me tell you what's going to happen.
Yeah, if somebody did this to a Labour council member, it'd be all over the news. The person would be in prison, strung up, made an example of, called a racist, everything. It is disgusting. I'm completely with you, my brother.
Left agitators do not stop, right? And this disclaimer is not a threat, but this is what people are going to do. If you keep trying to attack people towards the right based on their political opinions, I'm telling you now, you are going to really see anger and frustration.
Yeah.
Because people in this country are angry as it is. And the last thing people want is people trying to silence them for a difference in opinion. Yep. You don't have to agree with people. That's fine.
Yeah,
but let people say their points in a respect.
Imagine how boring the world would be if every single person got along. No, we need a difference. We need diversity. But, you know, the problem with the left is, no matter how far left you are, you're always going to be right to someone. You could disagree with somebody. You could agree with somebody, 49 out of the 50 things. That one thing you disagree with them on, all of a sudden you're a right-wing. Yeah.
Full manner. Shame on the Prime Minister and shame on the Green Party leader also.
Oh, that is
so this veteran has killed himself after being told that he's not a priority in getting a council house. And his last words were, "I serve my country and it means nothing." And he's gone on to kill himself. This is why our country's so broken. You cannot look after the people that do the most honourable thing and potentially sacrifice their life for this country, for the same government that will not give them a house. It's actually mental. We are betraying our own people. And people ask me, why do I talk about this? Why do I talk about the illegal immigrants getting free hotels and free houses and free literally everything? That's exactly why. Cases like this, when our own soldiers
it's disgusting how we do this.
And they're homeless and they're being refused houses because they're not priority and they go on to kill themselves. This is why I talk about stuff. This is why plenty of people talk about stuff. And it actually pisses me off seeing stuff like that even more. And I will continue to talk about stuff because this country is broken. And I will not stop, and I don't care who it pisses off, to be honest with you.
Rest in peace,
so this veteran has killed...
If you're watching, pause it right now. Pause it right now. Go on to the news. Alright? I need to go on to, BBC, Guardian, Sun, all of them. And see if this is even newsworthy to them. Go check. Because you know it's not. You know it's not going to be on any of them out there. Because it means nothing. It means nothing to them. But if you know, one person, one illegal in a hotel, anything happens, mate, it's mate, we failed you. We failed you, man. And I'm sorry. I apologise from this country. But everyone, I will say, look, in the picture, I always have the thing about men's mental health. Look, ask twice. Check in on a mate. Okay? And I say ask twice because you know as much as I do, you ask somebody, you alright, mate? How's it going? Oh, yeah, it's fine. And it ends there. Ask the second time. It is so important to check up on your brothers, okay? Make sure they're okay. Thank you for serving our country, man, and I'm sorry this happened, brother.
So wait a sec. How are you equal?
Oh, do you know what? I can't be asked to deal with these fucking thoughts. Wait, she's on the left side and the whatever, so I might back it.
If the men are the ones that have to fight and die to defend the country, the men are the ones that build and maintain all...
Sorry, I'm a prick there. Andrew Wilson's missus, forgot her name. That's on me. Love this woman to bits. That's on me. Compliments though. I'm saying she's a good looking woman. That's my bad on that one.
All the infrastructure, right? Like none of this stuff in the studio is built or maintained by women. Do you know that like 90% of infrastructure jobs are still held by men? And that if you look at the top 20 jobs held by women now in 2024 versus 1924 are almost the exact same. So women have had 100 years to do whatever they want, and they still do the same 20 jobs they did 100 years ago, other than we switched out farm labor for HR work. But other than that, secretaries, nurses, daycare ladies, early childhood education, administrative assistants, retail workers, all the same shit that we were a century ago. So wait a sec.
Yeah,
how are you
They just changed the title to administrative assistant. Rachel Wilson. Oh, I back her so much.
If you've got stuff you'd like to gather,
here we go.
Obviously, I'm more than willing to talk through what you're able to take with you.
What, you're taking me away now?
Yes. So you're under arrest. So you're going to Harrogate, unfortunately.
You're taking me to Harrogate in the middle of the night over a tweet?
I am, unfortunately.
Is this what you signed up the police to do?
This is my role. I'm trying to be reasonable with you here.
So
if there's stuff you'd like to gather, I'm more than willing to allow you to gather some sort of stuff like medication, if you've got any numbers you need. But at the moment,
you join the police to go and arrest people at night for tweets online.
Do you need any medication? I can't imagine that you are going to be in very long, but do you need any medication that you take at night?
No.
No. Do you need anything else you can...
Our taxpaying money is going towards this. Remember that, guys. Our taxpaying money is going towards this.
We will give you a search here.
Search?
What? Yeah, just to make sure there's nothing in your pocket that you can harm yourself with whilst you're being transported in the van. We're going to do it in here rather than outside so all your neighbours can go.
Oh, fill your boots, mate. I'm good. You do understand that I'm going to make a maximum fuss about this free speech union.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys just doing your jobs, obviously, but your dickhead bosses have just opened up a world of shit.
Trust me, if I didn't have to be here, I wouldn't have been. But I'm happy to give you...
I'm quite certain you two have got like 50 better things to do.
100%.
What's your patch? Your Harrogate, Northallerton...
We're referred to as Hambleton. So
yeah,
we're also Harrogate District. So
but of course, like the police they're not going to be able to credibly tell anybody that they're under-resourced now if they're sending people out to arrest people for tweets. Well, there's no point us debating it, is it? It's your dickhead bosses. Could you... right, just a sec. Would you...
We'll be taking that first, unfortunately.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Well...
For a tweet. Look, we've heard it every time over. Fucking jobs, man. Jobs worth. And just... I always say, like, if you got better things to do, like go and catching terrorists. No. You're arresting the guy, search him because of a tweet. Waste.
As I understand it, this is one case involving 4 women who are concurrently running.
Do you know what? I think it's so funny that schools now are trying to warn people of Andrew Tate and the red pill thing, censorship. It just shows how left and female operated our schools are, and it's scary. Listen, is Andrew Tate's lifestyle for everyone? No. Would it suit me? No. But you've got to give it to the guy. He cares about men. He wants the best for men. So you've got to give him his respect for that, and he's sending a good message. Don't be a simp. Focus on yourself. Mental health. Go gym. Tell me which one of these is a bad message. Tell me. Educate me. Please educate me. Give me a reason to say, okay, he's a prick. Tell me. I can't think of anything. I like him.
A high court civil case against you. So they will have their case in a civil case, but it won't be criminal now. But that doesn't impact the other constabulary, which brought 21 charges against you and your brother Tristan earlier this year, right? That's still ongoing and still separate to this.
That's correct. So these 4 girls, they did a crowdfund and they begged the world for money. And they spoke to loads of MPs and Vice News, etc. And it turns out they have no evidence at all. They begged the world for money, and now they're suing me for money. They're desperate for money. And then they went to the police, and the police said they have no evidence. So that's all gone. The reason that the case against me here with these 4 girls was thrown out is because I know who the 4 girls are. So I simply just sent the text messages. Remember, I've been investigated. I haven't resisted any investigations. I'm one of the most investigated men on the planet. I'm more innocent than probably everyone else in that studio because I've been investigated head to toe. I have cooperated with the police. I provided proof. I provided text message conversations that these girls are lying, and the case was thrown out. The other case you're describing with the 21 charges from forever ago, the CPS won't tell me who the girls are. Because they know if they tell me who the girls are, then I will prove that the girls are lying before they can charge, remand, drag me through a trial. So their intention is to not tell me who they are, which is incredible to me. That they're saying, you're charged and you need to go to jail. We want to remand you. Here's an extradition warrant, but we won't tell you who the people are. So I can't possibly defend myself because that's a setup. That's a matrix attack. But once I find out who they are, that case will once again be dismissed, just like this one was.
Okay.
I always say, like, back it. They don't want to come forward. Don't want to because, bear in mind, just because you're charged with something doesn't mean you're guilty of something. Okay, they want this to go on for as long as possible because it drags his name in the dirt. And as I say, he is one of the most famous people out there. So many people are going to try and jump on this bandwagon and get a payoff. Like, these hoes ain't loyal, man.
How much time do you spend on your business?
So
because to be very clear, it is a break-even hobby.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
unfortunately, where you suggested,
I love it.
That's wonderful.
Well, yeah, no, you can do something and you lose money on it, but if you enjoy doing it, so what? So what? Okay. So far, I'm on our side. Sorry, I'm an unbiased here. Okay. I'm an unbiased Cohen today. So far, you know, giving it the false illusion of calling it a business is one thing, but you know. If it's cost you a bit of money, but you enjoy doing it, so what? Let's continue.
You don't make much money for for Florida, and you're on the show, meaning you're likely in a lot of debt.
Yes.
So whether that's an option in the end, I no longer know. How much do you spend on this hobby?
Well, apparently $40-something thousand in expenses, but I didn't know that. Time. Sorry.
Right, that's quite an expensive hobby, I can't lie. Unless you're into heavily drug using, that's an expensive hobby.
Like, so every wedding would be 3 hours, including commute. So like 45 minutes there, 45 minutes back, an hour and a half at the wedding.
Big math. I don't know how many weddings exist per week or month. So how much time are we spending on this job? That is your business.
A month, a week, a day.
Oh my gosh.
Like, what are you looking for?
Week average, please. How much time? Which goes into planning and everything. Yeah.
Answer the fucking question. Joe, hey. Like, how old are you? I'm 33. How old are you? Well, you know what? I was 21 at one point in my life. I remember before that I was 17. I'm not looking forward to becoming 40. I'm definitely not looking forward to becoming 50. Just say your fucking number.
So how much?
25 hours if I have
a what?
X amount of weddings.
25
like
hours.
7 or 8 weddings.
25 hours a week.
It is a week, yeah.
1,300? Great. You're making $1 an hour.
Woo-woo.
On average.
I'm rich.
We would make more money doing anything except for working in prison.
Mm-hmm.
Your business.
I like this guy, man. What's it called? Podcast called Financials Therapy. Financials Therapy. I like him. I back him.
You've missed nothing.
Oh.
You want to ask the question and you want to...
What's your story? Yeah, so my story...
what's the name?
Haley.
Haley. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, how's your day going?
It's good. What are you doing later?
I'm just driving Uber. Why?
All day?
I mean, I drive from like 5
I instantly sus. Seems fake, absolutely fake, but we'll give it the benefit of the doubt.
a.m. till 5 p.m. and
So after?
Well, on Mondays, my mom and I usually play bingo, so...
We should go out sometime.
Wait, what?
We should go out sometime.
Like, go out...
You know, when you're not seeing your mom. We
Yeah.
can go to dinner.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I don't know, you really don't care that I live with my mom?
No.
Like, I live in her basement, you realize that, right?
That's okay.
Like, I have no career and I'm hopeless.
Sorry, I'm mesmerized by you.
What do you mean? Are you serious?
You have every good quality that I look for in a man. Let's go get dinner. Please.
Oh, it's a budget. Cap. Does not exist. What a fake load of shit. Bollocks.
My treat.
Cap.
I can kill you.
She's gonna pay. Cap.
What's the name?
Here after be coming from Scotland to London for over 10 years now, following Tommy.
You're not going anywhere until the police arrive.
Not getting on this, mate.
You're walking towards me, don't push me,
You know they had other microphones all that.
Thank you.
Whoa! No, don't touch me there.
Whoa.
Hey, the bin.
Yeah, you deserve that. Thank you, Fred. Oh, shit. Whoa, let's get back.
This is what I like, the police.
I'll come behind you. Good strike, by the way, good strike. You got started out, dude. You got started out, little guy. Can you leave us alone, please? Can you leave us alone, dude? Please. Are you okay, dude? Are you okay? Yeah, he's still attacking us. Police officer, they're still coming to attack us, just so you know.
Oh, off you pops.
The far left, guys. Hope you're okay, dude. Hope you're okay. Oh, look, angry,
They all live the same religion of peace.
Okay, we'll climb out.
I hate the fact they say that they've got to go. No, they've got the right to be there. And I will say to Charlie Rich, be careful out there, man. Like, real talk. The left seems going one step further each time. And, like, do you know what I mean? I'll show the pictures of, like, the guns and all the stuff like that. The knife crime's increasing. Be careful. Like, I know your bodyguard's tasty. He can take care of himself. It takes one person from behind with a knife to, for game over, man. I'm being a hypocrite on this because I love what you're doing. I don't want you to stop doing it because then they win. But I don't want you to get hurt either. Respect all round, man.
As I think most people would say is reasonable given this man's previous background, once he's released from his prison cell, he's on a plane back to Afghanistan within a week.
Yeah.
Well, here we see what is the straits, I suppose, the dire straits between what is legally appropriate and then what you consider, your viewers consider to be morally appropriate. And so what is right is that he has access to due process, to that legal due process. However disgusted we are, or we may be, at his actions.
As long as that due process doesn't come up with a result that nobody wants, other than him, which is to give him asylum here.
It's not for a judge to make a decision on the basis of what makes us feel good, Tom. It's a matter for the judge to follow the law and to apply.
But why is the law allowing for a man with 17 previous convictions in Sweden, a jail sentence in Sweden, a jail sentence here? Why is the law even possibly allowing for a set of circumstances in which that person would be granted asylum here? He spent 9 years in Sweden.
And of course, it's important to point out that we don't know if the law is going to allow this.
As I think most people would.
Mate, look, I follow the law. I respect it. I back it. But you got to agree. Like, you know, and there's morality, what's right, and then there's the law. So say they put a law in tomorrow, it's okay to bitch slap your nan. Does that mean, you know, we could all go around doing it without repercussions? Scary times. Scary times.
Racism still exists. If you look at true racism, it started with the black man on the white man.
Yep.
So I think this day and age that we're living in, there's too much stereotypical people saying, oh, if you say something bad against a black guy, that's racist. Right. I don't believe so. If you look back in history, and if you look at 1.6% of Americans had black slaves back in the day, but before that, the white man was the slave to the Africans. Okay. Right. So, you know, this whole stereotypical thing about being a black guy. Oh man, everyone hates the black guy. That's bullshit, man. Everyone loves the black guy. Black people can definitely be racist. And then you start looking at the crime rate and you start looking at this and that. So then, you know, it snowballs into percentages of how many black guys are in the world, how many black guys are in jail.
Well, I'll tell you now. If you think white people are racist, now look, of course, look, there's bad people everywhere. If you think white people are racist, you haven't travelled. Do you know what I mean? You've never been Africa. Do you know what I mean? You've never been China, Japan. I remember I was in Malaysia, when I was 21 years old, and this girl from Iran, she comes up to me. It was Iran, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Iran. She came up to me. She's like, well, you're white. Where are you from? I was like, oh, England. And she spat at me. She spat at me, going, like, F this, F that, to English people. The bouncer took care of her. That was quite funny. But just pure racism. It's just a cop-out to make them look right all of a sudden. And, it makes it feel like they won the argument. Don't fall for it anymore. Do not give a shit if someone calls you racist or not. Because you know what's in there. You know deep down inside if you know your morals and all that. I recently got accused of being called racist. And my brothers, man, like, they all just cracked up over it. They just cracked up over it.
As many vaccines as the children have to take now. These children are sicker, they're going through more metabolic issues, they're having mental health issues, and now I don't think it's just the vaccine, it's the system that's perpetuating this type of lifestyle. This thing that I'm wearing on my chest is called an ankh. Y'all replace this, y'all replaced our cultures. This life representing thing, you replace it with death culture. This is not a healthcare system, it's a sick care system. And honestly, I cannot sit here in good faith and not represent all of the people who have come before me.
Yeah, absolutely. I respect that. I came to the United States as an immigrant living on welfare. So I got put into this same system that you're describing. It's a shitty system. The world is changing in ways that make our lives more unhealthy. We're eating more processed food. We're exposed to more chemicals, usually as a result of products that we actually enjoy. So when I complimented you on that great jacket, when someone wears a specific pretty strap on their Apple Watch, there's chemicals in there. There's forever chemicals in there. So for every amazing thing that we have in society, there's been drawbacks. The good part about our society is that we're constantly monitoring those drawbacks and are trying to create solutions for our own problems. So when I think about our current healthcare system, where I think it needs to do better is it needs to focus more on prevention rather than cures. Agree or disagree?
1,000%. Yes, sir.
Do you know how we can do that?
Not through the vaccines, but even when I was young.
Do you know what? What a good debate. What a good, because I'm against a lot of vaccines. I agree with both sides of them. Yeah, and this is how it should be done. Two people sitting down, having a civilised conversation. Respect to both of them. Alright, guys, much love all, yeah. Thanks ever so much for watching.